Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and very good morning to everyone. I sincerely apologize for not being able to present during live session due to significant time zone differences. However, I have prepared this video to ensure you receive the same quality of information. Thank you for your understanding. First and foremost, I would like to extend my deepest gratitude to the organizing committee of ICITRI 2023, in particular to the General Chair, Professor Maddia T.S. Dr. Ferda Ernawan, for inviting me to deliver this talk today. Their dedication, hard work, and vision have enabled all of us to come together today, and I am truly honored to be a part of this remarkable event. My name is Waheb Abdullah, and I am an associate professor in electrical and electronic engineering with the Faculty of Computing Engineering and the Built Environment, Birmingham City University in Birmingham, UK. As the lights of our cities have grown brighter over the decades, so has the shadow of our carbon footprint. But what if I told you that right at the intersection of technology and sustainability, we possessed the beacon that could lead us out of that shadow? Thus, in line with the conference theme, Innovation and Advancing Technology for Sustainability during the Globalization, I am going to talk today about IoT at the crossroads, paving the way to a net zero future. So the Internet of Things, or IoT, a term we have all grown familiar with, but it's not about your smart refrigerator telling you are out of milk, or about your smart TV or smart washing machine. Even it's not about optimizing industrial process. It's about the bigger picture, the symbiotic fusion of technological progress with ecological responsibility. But why Crossroads? Actually, because every innovation or every leap we make present us with a choice. Do we advance mindless or mindlessly, or do we chart a course that both progressive and sustainable? Actually, the world is at a decisive moment currently. The challenges of climate change and the impact of COVID-19 pandemic are undeniable. Yet, the incredible minds gathered in this conference and are not just witnesses to these challenges. As a researcher, you should be an active participant in shaping the solution for such difficulties or such issues. So this session is not just about understanding IoT's role in shaping a net zero future, but also about recognizing our collective responsibilities and potentials. Together, we will journey through the transformative power of IoT, its latest advancement, and how it stands as the leadership in our efforts toward a sustainable tomorrow. So, as we dive deeper into the intricate web of IoT and its capability to redefine our future, I invite each one of you to look beyond just innovation. Innovation, when we say innovation, innovation in utilizing the advanced technology that we have nowadays to serve the, the sustainability development goals to improve our future. Let us envision a world where everything is connected to the internet, playing a part of heralding a net zero future. So it's not just connected devices to internet to make um, smart systems. It's more about how such a smart system or how such IoT devices can help to build a net zero future or a sustainable future, the future that we all deserve. Okay, let us quickly glance at the today presentation roadmap through these agenda slides. And without further ado, let us explore the blend of technology and sustainability, crafting a brighter future. Okay, let's start our agenda by the introduction and ask the question why IoT and net zero are key for our future. So by considering the current scenario of climate change, the last decade was the hottest since 1850, and we have already crossed the 1.2 degree above the pre-industrial level. Therefore, there is urgent global needs for immediate action to reduce the carbon footprint. According to COP26 goals, we need to limit the temperature increase to 1.5 degrees above pre-industrial levels by 2050. Unfortunately, national net zero commitments are growing rapidly. This leading to the push for net zero. Net zero emission here is a balance between the produced and removed greenhouse gases. Is central goal in the global pacts like the Paris Agreement, uh, with countries and business under mounting uh, pressure to act to reduce or to cut carbon footprint. So with the new technology, actually either IoT or other new technologies like AI and so on, data driven decision here it's become possible through the collected data from IoT sensors. So IoT here can provide the real-time data which enable accurate monitoring of energy consumption and also emissions. Those facilitate the timely and effective interventions. So here, why IoT is important in this manner. So we come to the economic resilience, and by integrating IoT into sustainable goals or sustainable practice, industry can achieve operational efficiencies and reducing cost while promoting eco-friendly process. We come to innovation and growth as well. So embracing IoT in the path of net zero here can spur technology innovations, fostering new industries and creating also job opportunities. So we come to enhance, as a result, enhance quality of our life. So through smart cities and connected homes, IoT service or strives to offer a life that's both technologically advanced and environmentally sustainable or environment friendly technology. So these are the motivation or some of the motivations or the main motivations behind such integration of IoT and net zero for sustainable future. Okay, imagine our path to a sustainable future as a bird in flight. For this bird to fly, it requires both of its wings to be strong and synchronized as well. So let's start by examining the first wing of our bird, which is the Internet of Things. And later we will delve into its complementary wing, which is the net zero. So what is IoT? So the Internet of Things or IoT comprises a complex network of interconnected devices ranging from common household appliances to advanced industrial machinery. Actually, these devices all are connected to the internet, enabling them to share data in real time and also analyze that data in order to achieve some kind of enhanced efficiency in various applications and different sectors. Okay, regarding IoT evolution here, IoT is not a new concept, but its growth has surged with advancements in sensor technologies, increased internet accessibilities, and also enhanced data processing capabilities and microcontroller. So regarding IoT landscape today, actually IoT is everywhere and has a high impact or impactful here. With billions of connected devices worldwide, its market value has skyrocketed. But numbers here or number of devices or the cost of that devices is just still half of the story. And the real impact of IoT lies in or lies in how it's reshaping our lives and industry. So IoT applications are widely used. There is a variety of IoT applications in different sectors actually, uh, like from smart homes that learn our preferences to wearable devices that monitor our health to smart cities that optimizing resources and also industries that redefining the operational efficiency. Actually, it's revolutionizing how we live, how we work, and interact with our surroundings. The impact of IoT in our life is very clear. Beyond making our lives more comfortable, IoT holds the potential of or to catalyze significant economic and social and environmental transformations, improved efficiency, job creation, economic benefits, and sustainable practice are just few of the positive ripple of IoT effect. The future of IoT is shining actually and is intertwined with emerging or other emerging technologies, including artificial intelligence, edge computing, wireless communication technologies. All these new technologies are set to push the boundaries of what's possible with IoT in the future. This slide shows some IoT statistics and it shows the number of IoT connected devices worldwide from 2019 up 2023. Then with forecast from 2023 up to 2030, it's expected to have like 30 billion devices will be connected by 2030. Here is the top 10 IoT trends in 2023, starting with artificial intelligence and how AI can help to on data analysis for IoT applications, edge computing and its contribution for data processing with faster capability or faster speed and bigger capabilities comparing with the edge, I mean to IoT sensors. Also 5G and low power wide area network connectivity that enable or aim to improve the IoT devices connectivity. Then massive IoT connections to improve the data exchange between IoT nodes. Then industrial Internet of Things that aim to improve the efficiency in industry and reduce the cost and reduce or the waste actually for waste management here and improve ROI as well. Then some or in the area of healthcare or Internet of Medical Thing or IoMT to streamline healthcare process. And this was very famous, especially or was very or attractive field during the COVID-19 pandemic. We come to the environmental and sustainability, which was related to the topic for today as well, and how IoT over economic, social, and environmental benefits becoming a core strategy for business and for government as well to address some global issues and some sustainability related issues and solutions. Also, smart cities and utilities here. So to boost sustainability as well, waste or waste reduction, resource allocation, comfort of life for people. Then supply chain with the combination of AI, robotics, and IoT, how it can improve the sector of supply chain. And finally, the security and data privacy here, related to data security, data privacy, uh, and also how the companies can improve in that field. Now let us talk about the second wing of our flying bird, which is net zero. But before I talk about net zero, I need to highlight that net zero is related or involved in six sustainable development goals. The SDG 7, which is about the affordable and clean energy, SDG 9, which is about industry, innovation, and infrastructure, SDG 11, which is about sustainable cities and communities, SDG 12, which is about responsible consumption and production, SDG 13, which is about the climate change, and SDG 17, which is about the partnership for the goals. So what is net zero actually? Net zero it's aimed to achieve neutralization or a balance between the greenhouse gases produced and the greenhouse gases that remove from the atmosphere. So it's a critical step actually to halt global warming and ensure sustainable future because it has a direct impact on the warmth of the earth. As we mentioned before, the role of net zero here to the sustainable development covers six goals actually. So achieving net zero is central to sustainable development, ensuring a livable planet for future generation while promoting economic growth and social equity. If we come to the technology's role in net zero or how convergence between net zero and the new technologies here, so the technologies including IoT can significantly aid reaching net zero or helping to reach or to reach a net zero future. Uh, and in the upcoming slides, we are going to talk more detail about the intersection between net zero and Internet of Things. Economic implication, and when we talk about the economic implication here or about the net zero, how offers significant economic opportunities including job creation in green industry, renewable resources, reduce the risk of standard fossil fuel assets as well. So, as we mentioned earlier about the commitments of the countries, there is a global pledge towards net zero, and we said there is like 92 countries who already which produce like 78 of the global CO2 emissions. They have some kind of commitment to reach net zero by 2050s, while other countries they have their own plans to reach it by 2060 or 70 whatever. So but most of the country already have some commitment to the net zero goal. What's our goals or what's our contribution as individual or as a collective action here? While individual action can contribute, but systematic and change in collective effort from business, industry, government, communities are essential to reach the net zero target, especially when we talk about the industries and the governments who can create the policies for net zero, so they are more responsible for that. But also as individual we can collaborate or we can contribute to achieve such a net zero future. Okay, in order to achieve a net zero here, we have two steps actually, or two main steps. The first one is measure CO2 emissions to lower emission actually, or measure CO2 to lower emission. For example, here invest more in green technology, renewable energy, improve the energy efficiency, and so on. The second will be measure to remove emission, and in this case here we want to know the emission or CO2 in order to remove it. So and this can be achieved through the forest expansions and also direct air capture. So what will be the result in that case here? It will be the net zero, which is a balance between the amount of greenhouse gases produced and removed from the atmosphere, and also limiting the global temperature rise. So this is the journey or the cycle of net zero here, which starts from high emission, the one that we have now. Then we go for energy generation and electrification. So we are going to replace all the existing conventional power station, for example, with the renewable resources like wind or solar panel and so on. Then we need to use this electricity or this power efficiently to reduce our consumption. Then we have to the result will be emission offsets, then achieving net zero by the targeted dates. Okay, here we can see some statistics or CO2 emission statistics that's available online actually for historical greenhouse gases emissions. As we can see here, this distribution based on sector as a percentage here, and we can see the highest emission here in the orange color here is more come from the energy sector, and then it's followed by the agriculture sector, then industrial process, which is the blue one here, and the waste also come next, and then the land use change uh, forestry. If we go in details for the energy sector here, also energy sector is or the I mean the emission that produced by energy is come from four main sectors here. First is from the power. I mean the power as electricity or the produced electricity here itself, for industry, from transportation, and from the buildings. So I mean global energy related global energy related CO2 emission here grew by 0.9% or 321 megaton in 2022, and this actually emission increase after the period of COVID-19, like 2 years or 3 years. People they do not do industry, all stops, and no more emissions actually during that time. Then suddenly in 2022 and also in 2023 expected to be more. So as you can see here, if we can control the energy or we can achieve energy efficiency and renewable resources for energy, the goal of net zero can be achieved faster here. Okay, in this slide you can see the national net zero commitments. As we mentioned before, we said there is like roughly 92 countries, maybe more now, which is responsible for 78% of the global emission here, have sensor net zero commitment or has plan to reduce the emission and to achieve net zero either by 2050 or by maybe 2060. Most of countries here are responsible for biggest amount of emission due to industry or whatever other activities here. As I know also, Indonesia has a plan to or has a commitment for net zero goal to be achieved by 2060. This slide shows the transition from to achieve net zero starting from 2020 and reaching by 2050. So as you can see here, how each sector, it contribute by the amount of CO2 or emission. So like the power here are the biggest, then come industry, transportation, building, and other sectors here. So this is all the energy related emission actually. So by 2020, this is this was the situation. Then by 2030, this is the target. So reduce the emissions, especially in the power, by replacing the conventional power system or power station by the renewable energy resources. Maybe the transportation have no big amount, I mean, change, because also the target is to change to the EV or electric vehicles to reduce such kind of emission here. By 2050, this will be the situation by reducing emission from most of the sector to achieve the net zero emissions. Okay, coming to the heart of today talk or today presentation here, which is bridging IoT and net zero, or the intersection between IoT and net zero. So actually, there is a powerful intersection between both concept here. So the convergence of IoT and net zero initiatives herald promising possibilities actually for sustainable future. So by marrying digital intelligence of the smart devices or smart sensors here with sustainable goals, the one that we mentioned, the six sustainable goals that related to the net zero here, we can accelerate our journey towards balanced ecosystem. So the first element here of this intersection is come from the efficient energy usage. So as we know, energy is contribute or the biggest contributor for the emission worldwide. So if we can achieve to energy efficient usage, we can reduce the CO2 emissions, and at the same time we can manage to achieve the net zero future. So IoT has the capability to do that. IoT has the capability to optimize energy through real-time data monitoring, sensor control, such as, yeah, if we want, for example, to monitor and control HVAC systems, thermostat systems, lightings, all these home appliances, industrial machinery, and so on. So through the controlling of such devices here, we can boost efficiency and reduce greenhouse gases emissions and achieve the net zero future. The second intersection field here is through optimizing renewable energy. We said if we want to achieve or achieve a net zero or reduce the CO2 emission, we need to replace our conventional power station with some renewable energy resources, as we mentioned, like solar panel or wind turbine and some other renewable resources. So IoT also can play a crucial role there by monitoring such resources and achieving high efficiency, more higher production or higher output, reducing maintenance costs and so on. So IoT also can be used in that field, and it can contribute to achieve such net zero future. Then we come to the smart cities, smart city concepts or smart village. So IoT role in shaping smart cities like streamlines public services like smart streets, smart parking, smart hospitals, smart building, waste management, all leading to reduce emissions, and on the same time it will reduce the the energy or the CO2 emission, and also achieve the net zero target. Okay, next is Industrial Internet of Things for Sustainability, or IIoT. So IIoT application actually improve the energy efficiency and at the same time reduce the waste management from manufacturing process. Also help to for decision making through the information that collected by smart sensors. So this will help the industry to reduce the emission and also improving the industrial sector to be net zero or to achieve net zero here. Then we have the precision agriculture or transformation from the traditional or conventional farming method or livestock monitoring and smart irrigation system and so on and so forth. So all these things by using IoT devices, it helps to monitor and control the resources like water and fertilizer. So it can also save the huge amount of water, helping to reduce the temperature and also helping to achieve a net zero sector for agriculture here. Then net zero building, so through the utilizing of the new technology, design technology for building new component, new materials that use for building or for infrastructure here, which use also to save energy, reduce energy consumption, and also to reduce the emission come from the extra or the unneeded energy usage through this in these buildings. Then sustainable transportation, and this one on the main field for saving energy actually, because a huge also amount of emission come from the transportation systems. So through the smart systems, or smart parking, smart cars, vehicle or vehicle to vehicle connections. So all these things can help to reduce emissions, help to produce some intelligent EV charging systems, and predictive maintenance, and not only optimize optimize our journey, but also plot a sustainable path for the future. Okay, after we saw many intersection between IoT and net zero, so here we are going to go through some use cases. So the first one is the smart thermostat or smart HVAC. So smart thermostat here has the capability for maximizing energy efficiency actually. As we know, most of country they use like thermostat for heating, or other country they use some HVAC for cooling and heating at the same time. So such system actually use the most amount of energy from home or business companies and so on. So, and they are responsible for a high amount of emissions or CO2 emissions here. So by using IoT-based thermostat here, we can maximizing energy efficiency. Okay, and the second one is the smart energy meter, and I can share one of the experience that I have when I arrived here in UK actually is, and they start to use the smart energy meter, and you can monitor your energy consumption in real time. You can monitor the produced CO2 emissions in real time through the mobile applications actually, and this gives you some kind of awareness. As a consumer, you have some kind of awareness about the energy that you save, the money that you are going to spend, and also the emission that you produce by using the energy at your house. So it's motivate you to be more efficient in using energy at home. Then we have smart fertilization systems or smart fertilization here, and this is more on efficient farming and related to the agricultural activities as we mentioned before. So such smart fertilization system here utilize sensor and data analytics to precisely determine the nutrient needs for plants, amount and time. So it's avoid the overuse or unnecessary use of fertilizer, so reducing the greenhouses gas emissions and preventing water pollution from nutrient runoffs. And last one is, but not least, is the smart pin here. So it's for waste, which is used for waste management systems, and it's smart pin here use also sensor to monitor either the level or the type of waste, and it's used also to optimize the collection routes, and there is a communication between this smart pen and the trucks that come to collect. So in that case, in this smart way also it will reduce CO2 emissions from fuel consumption in waste collection vehicles. Here is some of our research, or related research, or IoT-based research that we develop actually, and it can be further extended to consider zero emission or net zero emission here. So the first here, this is about the smart home or IoT-based smart home. So developing a system to controlling home appliances and the lighting and water pump, and send the data about the home condition through the internet, and use some IoT or IoT platform and mobile application to monitor and control the home condition in terms of light and the energy consumption and other condition as well. So such monitoring will, as we mentioned, will create some kind of awareness for homeowners to reduce the energy consumption, or to switch off lighting and appearance that is not necessary to be used all the time, based on occupancy of house and based on also the necessary to run such applications. This is another application for developing air quality monitoring system using LoRa network for outdoor air quality monitoring and to monitor some parameter like CO2, CO, NO2, SO2, and so on. So the air quality monitoring here using IoT is not just about the collection of data, it's about leveraging that data to drive actionable insights, policy change, and public behavior and awareness towards a cleaner net zero future. In terms of smart renewable energy resources or for PV system or photovoltaic energy meter here has been developed to monitor the consumed energy and the produced energy from the solar panel in addition to the surrounding condition of the solar panel like the temperature and also the light. Uh, this parameter actually or this integrated I mean smart energy meter for PV system will enhance the grid stability and reduce carbon footprints and also as a step forward to the net zero energy journey since the renewable energy is a main player to reduce the emission of CO2. In another study, we developed IoT smart irrigation system that use renewable energy resources or solar panel to power on, I mean, the pump for irrigation. In addition to some sensor to monitor the surrounding like temperature, humidity, and also moisture sensor, and send the data to the cloud. So with this system or this application here, we achieve some kind of sustainability and resilience in agriculture. And to address sustainable transportation, here we have developed a smart parking system using IoT concept, and this smart parking system can help actually to reduce vehicle emissions and also promote the efficient urban planning, also support the broader adoption of sustainable transportation alternatives. All will contribute to the net zero emission. Okay, we come to the challenges that we may face for integration of IoT and net zero here. We start from the technical and interoperability. So encourage researcher development and standardization in IoT technology. Advanced AI I mean techniques like and algorithm to analyze the data. This also can help. The second is related to the security and privacy of the data and of equipment, and this should be some regulation for data privacy and data security as well should be established to ensure I mean the security of data transmission and exchange. We come to then we have energy consumption as we distribute more sensors or more nodes or more IoT nodes or IoT system. This IoT system can you consume energy as well and need to use energy. So in that case, the solution will be need to focus more on emphasize on energy efficient design for IoT product and also for harvesting techniques and renewable energy utilization. Next is the e-waste concerns. E-waste also will be produced from the IoT devices. So a lot of sensor, a lot of actuator will be used or will be utilized. We have like a huge amount of e-waste, so this will be one of the challenges here. So the design of IoT devices should be focused on product longevity and also recyclability. Then infrastructure cost and accessibility here. So we need to leverage the public-private partnership and government funding to support this investing in highlighting long-term economic and benefit from cost saving. And this also can use some short range or I mean long range and low energy technology like low power and wide area networks for connectivity support. Then policy and regulation here, and it's the main part for enforcing companies and enforcing industry to give more attention to net zero and also to integrate such technology to achieve the development goals. Always challenges create for us opportunities and draw for us direction for future research. So the first opportunity here that we have is the green IoT through the development of energy efficient IoT devices using either renewable energy resources or with support of harvesting technology here to minimize the carbon footprint as they operate. The second one is IoT in smart grid, as we mentioned in our use cases for like a smart renewable energy sources, resources like smart solar panel or smart wind turbine that can harnessing renewable energy more efficiently and managing consumption in real time. Also improve the the maintenance or reduce the maintenance of such devices. So it will help a lot in that field. Also utilizing artificial intelligence or AIoT to monitor and predict and optimize energy consumption in various sectors will driving us towards the sustainable future and net zero future. Urban planning and IoT here through smart city, smart village, with the different application or different sector in smart cities. Also, it's all aligned with the net zero goals. Last and not least is the agriculture and IoT, as we mentioned, the precise agriculture or smart farming, smart agriculture, smart livestock monitoring system. All this one can be used to save water, reduce emissions, and also reduce the waste. Okay, we come to the conclusion of this presentation. IoT revolution, not evolution. So the embrace of IoT is not a mere step forward. It is a transformative leap, reshaping our lifestyle and also advancing us towards sustainable future. Um, Also driving sustainability. So IoT is not just a technology, it is our beacon for a net zero future, propelling us by optimizing energy use, also pioneering intelligent resources or location, and also slashing carbon footprint. Overcoming the challenges here. So we have several challenges that we highlight in the previous slide. So we need to overcome such challenges through innovation solution or innovative research to create or to overcome the challenges related to the either energy consumption or related of the devices or related to the data process, data security, and data privacy, and so on and so forth. So innovation is our compass, IoT our vessel, and a net zero future our horizon. This is the list of the references that we refer to in this presentation. Actually, most of the articles that I share with you for use cases is from our publications. And for more detail about this publication, you can find actually in this list here, starting from the second reference until the end. Other website for some statistics and related information to net zero and IoT also available in these references. Finally, we come to the end of our presentation today, and I'm sorry if it's long. I try my best to make it within 1 hour. This is I will be happy to answer any questions. Please feel free to contact me. This is my email, and this is my personal web page with other contact and details. And also, I will be happy to collaborate with any of you who is interested to collaborate in research or funding and so on. Thank you very much.